Recently, high-intensity training, or HIIT, has become quite popular as more people are becoming aware of Mike Mentzer and his training philosophy. Not only can this way of training help you build more muscle than the traditional methods, but it can also help you do so by spending significantly less time in the gym. But what if we took it a step further and included the benefits of the carnivore diet? Meat provides our bodies with every single nutrient it needs to build muscle. Not only this, but it provides them in the most bioavailable form, meaning that our bodies can actually utilize the nutrients much more efficiently and effectively. Mike Mentzer, born in 1951, revolutionized the bodybuilding industry in the 1970s with his high-intensity training approach. While most pro bodybuilding regimens in the 70s involved lengthy sessions multiple times per week, Mentzer claimed he only trained 30 minutes 4 times per week.
I trained literally for 30 minutes 4 times a week, 2 hours a week.
This drastic reduction in training time compared to his peers didn't just set him apart, but also set him up for unheard of bodybuilding success. Like in 1976 when he claimed the Mr. America title with a perfect score, the first competitor ever and to this day to achieve this. He then continued to win the 1978 IFBB Mr. Universe, where he again received a perfect 300 score from the judges, confirming the effectiveness of his training approach on the world stage. It places significant demands on your body as the philosophy is rooted in maximizing intensity. Each training session is designed to exhaust the muscles to their maximum capacity. This perfectly aligns with Henneman's size principle, which states that the muscle fibers are recruited from smallest to largest based on the demands placed on them. This is why it is crucial to push the muscles to absolute failure, as this is the only way we can properly stimulate the larger, bulkier type 2 muscle fibers that give you that muscular aesthetic physique.
Yeah, because the theory that you always hear is that it does require hours and hours to look like that.
The mistaken premise there is that more is better. And the body doesn't necessarily work that way. If 2 hours or 4 hours a day were good, well, why not train 12 hours a day? Training is a form of stress, and up to a certain point in time, exposing the body to stress can be beneficial. But beyond a definite period in time, it can actually be detrimental.
What if we combine Mentzer's training principles, which are perfectly tuned to our physiological capabilities, with the diet that also perfectly aligns with our physiological demands? The carnivore diet is as straightforward as it sounds. Only eat meat or any other animal product, and exclude anything that doesn't come directly from an animal, such as plants or processed foods. Now, we all know that highly processed foods aren't great for us, but what is it about avoiding not only processed foods, but plants that makes us so beneficial, especially when it comes to high-intensity training? Well, for starters, there's a good reason why you can't just go outside right now and eat any plant that you want without getting severely ill. Not only are over 95% of the plants out there completely inedible, but even the ones that we do eat have to be prepared in a specific way to ensure that the toxins within those plants are reduced. So why do these plants contain so many toxins? Well, just like any other living organism on this planet, plants also want to survive so that they can spread their seed and reproduce. After all, if they didn't have any defense, they would go extinct very quickly as they would all be eaten and would not be able to reproduce. But what about the small amount of plants that we can technically eat? They don't have toxins, right? Well, although they don't contain them in large enough amounts to make us instantly ill, they do still contain many toxins that can accumulate in our bodies and make us sick very slowly over the course of our entire lifetimes. In fact, 99.9% of the pesticides that we consume by weight are already naturally occurring within the plant. Let's take oats for example. This is a staple in many people's seemingly healthy diet that are trying to build muscle. But what if these oats are actually doing more harm than good? After all, oats are still very high in certain anti-nutrients even after cooking them. For example, they contain phytic acid, an anti-nutrient commonly found in oats, which can prevent the absorption of minerals such as iron, zinc, magnesium, and calcium. This could be detrimental as iron is pivotal for the formation of hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen to the tissues, including muscle tissues. Iron also plays a role in energy metabolism and ATP production, which are essential for muscle function and recovery. Zinc, a critical component of numerous enzymes, plays a vital role in protein synthesis, wound healing, DNA synthesis, and cell division. It is also important for the production of testosterone, which significantly influences muscle mass and recovery. Magnesium is essential for muscle relaxation, preventing cramps and spasms. It is also involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions, including energy creation and protein synthesis. Magnesium helps manage the balance of electrolytes, supports a healthy immune system, and maintains normal nerve and muscle function. While primarily known for its role in bone health, calcium is also crucial for proper muscle contraction and neurotransmitter release at synapses. Every muscle movement requires calcium, and it also helps with the activation of important enzymes during exercise. Now also remember that not only is phytic acid preventing the absorption of the minerals within the oats themselves, but they are also preventing the absorption of the minerals within the other foods that you eat with the oats. So even if you did decide to eat that thick nutrient-dense steak with your oats, you are also preventing and limiting the benefits of the nutrients that you could have gotten just from eating the steak by itself. This brings us to an interesting synergy between high-intensity training and the carnivore diet, meaning that the benefits of both will stack onto each other, enhancing both the benefits of HIIT as well as the benefits of the carnivore diet. First, let's talk about the most obvious. Although there are many, the two main nutrients that are obviously synergistic with HIIT are protein and creatine. They're not just beneficial, they're essential for anyone that is looking to optimize their performance and muscle building capabilities. High-intensity training workouts significantly stress your muscles, causing systemic fatigue and potentially micro tears that, when repaired, lead to muscle growth. So it is crucial that the protein we ingest is of the highest quality possible. This is why meat is always the go-to, as it contains all of the essential amino acids that make up the proteins, contrary to plant proteins which are always lacking many or certain amino acids which can be detrimental to muscle growth. Creatine is also essential as HIIT workouts rely heavily on the production of ATP for energy output. Creatine helps increase the availability of ATP, allowing for more intense training sessions without the typical fatigue. So how much creatine do we need? Well, generally 3 to 5 grams per day is recommended, which is exactly the amount found in a couple pounds of red meat. Not only are these nutrients more abundant in animal products, but they are also far more bioavailable, meaning that the body has better mechanisms in place to actually be able to utilize these nutrients. Alongside the muscle building benefits provided by high quality protein and creatine intake, another crucial aspect of optimizing performance and recovery in high intensity training is managing inflammation. While some inflammation is a natural part of the training and recovery process, excessive inflammation can prolong recovery times, lead to worse muscle building outcomes, and can also lead to chronic disease. This is why the carnivore diet offers a unique advantage here. It significantly reduces systemic inflammation. By eliminating any processed or plant foods, which often contain inflammatory compounds like lectins, phytates, and other anti-nutrients, the diet helps minimize the body's inflammatory response. Reducing your dietary inflammation means that your body isn't constantly battling against low-grade inflammatory responses, which can drain your energy and divert resources away from muscle recovery and adaptation. With less inflammation, the body can now focus more on repairing and building muscle, allowing you to recover quicker for your next workout session. Not only this, but the shift towards high-quality animal fats and proteins supports enhanced metabolic efficiency. For anyone practicing HIIT, this means adapting to the use of fats as a primary energy source through ketosis. This state of metabolic efficiency allows for a more sustained energy level throughout the workouts and reduces reliance on carbohydrates, which can often lead to energy spikes and crashes. The ability to maintain consistent energy throughout ketosis, coupled with reduced inflammation, ensures that each session of high-intensity training can be performed at the highest level, which is essential for a training philosophy that emphasizes intensity. Basically, the carnivore diet not only fuels the body efficiently, but it also optimizes how it heals and performs. Not only are you providing your body with everything that it needs to perform at a high intensity of effort consistently, but this way of eating also drastically reduces the need for other certain vitamins and minerals. Take vitamin C for example. Vitamin C competes for the same transporters into the cells as glucose. As all carbohydrates break down to glucose in the body's requirements for vitamin C are drastically reduced in the absence of dietary carbohydrates. This is why the small amount of vitamin C found in animal flesh is far more than sufficient to keep us at optimal vitamin C levels without consuming foods that we traditionally think are high in vitamin C, like certain fruits.